Welcome back to another episode of RonHigNews. And ready or not, yeah, here it go. According to NBCnews.com, 2 preschool teachers charged with child cruelty captured on live stream, the police say. This article was written by Antonio Planas and Juliet Arcadio. The article goes on to say 2 preschool teachers in Georgia were arrested this week on allegations of child cruelty that was captured on a classroom live stream, the police said. Zena Alaswani, 40, and Serrana Brasino, former teachers at Parker Chase Preschool in Roswell, were arrested and charged Monday with first-degree child cruelty, Roswell police said in a statement. The article goes on to say the alleged physical contact between the teachers and students ages 2 and 3 occurred Thursday and was seen by a parent monitoring the live stream, the cop said. To continue on, the parent reported logging onto the camera system and seeing concerning physical contact between Alaswani and Brasino against several children in the classroom, the cop said. The video, which slightly is more than a minute long, was provided to NBC News on Wednesday by the cops. It shows several students sitting around a circular rug. The video appears to record one teacher stepping on a child's hand for several seconds and then kneeling a second child in the backside. The article goes on to say it also appears to show a second teacher who is on all fours getting extremely close to a child's face and poking the child's forehead with a finger. The child who was poked is the same child who only moments earlier was kneed in the back by the first teacher. It was not clear Wednesday afternoon whether Alaswani or Brasino had retained attorneys. They could not be immediately reached for comment. Their relatives were also not available. The article goes on to say a statement from the company that oversees the preschool, Endeavor Schools, said the teachers on the video have been dismissed. Here's my take on this. That's right. You heard correctly. These 2 women were arrested for cruelty to children, abusing children at a daycare center. You know, as a father myself, I can only imagine logging on to a camera system, checking on my son, and seeing a daycare worker or a teacher abusing him. That would really boil my blood. That would really make me angry, as I'm sure these parents were. You know, I have to say this. This is to you up-and-coming daycare workers, you up-and-coming nurses, you up-and-coming CNAs, you up-and-coming doctors, people who have to work with the public, people who have to work with strangers. Listen, if you are not a people's person, if you do not like helping others, if you don't have a heart to help people, stay out of that field. If you do not have a heart to help folk, stay out of that field. If you do not like children, don't become a teacher. If you do not like kids, you should not be filling out an application at a daycare center. Some of you all get into these fields for the wrong reason. You say the money, you want the money. You want to become a nurse because of the money. You want to become a daycare worker because you just want some money. You want some quick money. You're going to fill out an application to become a CNA because you just need some money. You just need to get some paper. Listen, you have to have a heart for people. You should not become a nurse if you don't even like helping people at the grocery store you work at now. You should not become a nurse if you do not like giving a helping hand to people who walk up to you at your job now and say, "Can I have some assistance?" When people walk up to you at Food for Less, you roll your eyes there. When people walk up to you at Walmart, you roll your eyes there. When people walk up to you at McDonald's, you roll your eyes there. You don't even want to help them there. Why would you become a daycare worker? Why would you become a nurse? If you do not have a heart to help people, then stop applying for jobs that require you to help folk. You feel me? This is something that needs to stop, because you people are giving other people who have a heart to help people a bad name. You're making them look bad. I remember a video that I saw a long time ago, and it was of a lady, and she was crying because she did not want a certain nurse to help her. And the nurse said, oh, it was racism. And it could have been, could have not been. I don't know, but I'm getting somewhere. The nurse said, because I'm a black nurse and this was an elderly white patient, the nurse said that the elderly white patient did not want to work with her because she was a black nurse. And that could have been true, as racism does exist. So don't think I'm buck dancing or bucking my eyes, because I'm not. Racism is a real thing. However, your arrogant attitude is a real thing too. Your snotty ways is a real thing too. Your mistreatment of customers is a real thing too. Maybe that lady was racist, or maybe she had a bad experience with you in the past and you treated her bad. That could have been something that happened too. So we're not going to overlook that. So back to these two daycare workers that was just arrested for abusing children. You ain't got to worry about that no more, because where you're going now ain't going to be no children. There will be no little kids in there for you to hit. There will be no little kids in there for hands for you to step on. There will be no little kids in there for you to mistreat. There will be no little kids in there for you to beat up. You're now going where adults are. You hate children so much, now where you're going ain't none. Now you can try to beat up the adults that you're going to prison with, because that's where you're going. Those kids did nothing to you. You had no right to harm them. They're children. They play. They joke. They mess with you. They're children. And you all were in there beating them and hitting them and showing them cruelty. That was wrong. Now you can go to the fed joint and show them cruelty. Now you can go to prison and show them how bad you are. Those ain't kids in there. Those grown folk, maybe they gonna hit you back. Kids don't hit back most of the time. Adults do. If you are not a people's person, don't become a nurse. If you don't like children, don't become a daycare worker or a teacher. These jobs require people to have a heart for them. You have to have a heart to help people, to give, to lend a helping hand. You have to be like Mother Teresa. You have to be. Teaching jobs, nursing jobs, CNA jobs, daycare jobs, they are not for everybody. Be aware of daycare workers who will beat your children because they don't like children, but yet they're daycare workers. Be aware of teachers who will beat your children because they don't like children, but yet they are teachers. Be aware of these folk. They're on the loose.